How's it going, guys? So we're here at the first tee of the Earth Course on JGE. We're not actually going to start here though. I'm actually going to go drive down and start on the fairway, because today's video is a concept I've stolen, well, not stolen, adapted from something I saw on Matt Fryer's YouTube channel. Basically, he had himself and an amateur golfer both teeing off, and then they would play each other's ball from that point onwards. So it got me thinking, what would an amateur golfer or mid-handicapper like myself score around the Earth Course if I was using a professional's drive? So I basically looked at the stats, found Jon Rahm's winning round of the 2022 DP World Tour Championship here at JGE, and I'm going to start my round on, or start my hole on each hole from where he teed off to, and then I'll play my own ball from there. So I'm taking the professional's drive and then I'm going to play my own ball, because I feel as amateurs where we have our biggest dispersion is off the tee. You know, we're firing it left, we're firing it right, and we may occasionally get one down the middle. So I'm going to use Jon Rahm's drives from his final round of last year's DP World Tour Championship here at JGE, and I'm going to play from there and see what we score. So let's see how we get on. So Jon's actually stitched us up a little bit here. He didn't make the fairway on the first, but we've still only got 158 yards. Pin's in a relatively nice spot. It might not have been exactly where it was on the final day, on the Sunday of the DP World Tour Championship, but let's see if we can get somewhere close and make use of his length off the tee. Pulled it a bit left. Oh, might be a little bit long as well. We did go a little bit long there, just found ourselves the back of the green. Shouldn't be too difficult to get it on, but the pin is in a little bowl, so it might be tricky to get it close. See what we can do with this. It's a little bump into the slope, let it feed down. Couldn't actually see where it had finished from where we were because of the mound, but it did actually quite well. Wouldn't mind it being a little bit closer, but we've got a putt for par. Let's see what we can do. Come on. Feels there's a bit of left, or right to left, sorry. Oh wow. Greens are very fast. Bogey on the first. Okay, not the best start on the first there, but here we are, second hole. We did find the rough again off the tee on the second Rahm, but it's again good distance, so it's what are you saying, 256 to flag. Got breeze behind us, there's a little bit down, so just going to try and hit this 5-wood as hard as I can and hopefully find the green, maybe the greenside bunkers. It isn't a bad spot to be in for a little up and down, so I'll try and muscle something there. Got under it a lot. Good layup. Okay, got a little bit fortunate there. Found its way quite far down, considering it was a skied shot. Only got about 60 yards left to the flag. Still a very good chance of birdie if we get a good pitch shot away here. Sand's a little soft under our feet. Pitch this majority of the way. Got to go a bit. Yeah, it's got a little bit too under it again. It's a nice little pitch. Try and get it close, if not in. Which it's far from in. Be a good 2-putt from here to make bogey. This green looks very burnt in areas and very fluffy in others. This could be an interesting one. Turn in now, turn in. take that with the way this green is. It's another disappointing bogey though. Bogey start. Okay, third hole. John did find the fairway. So we've got our first fairway of the day. Got 138 according to the GPS. Flag looks relatively near the front. So it being downhill, I'm just going to play it pretty much its number. If it's a little bit past it, it's okay. I'd rather be a little bit long than short of it. Okay. Let's see. Oh, does not look nice over there. Pin eye, way right. Okay, another fiddly shot. Up and over this bunker without going in the one behind it. Safe play would be to go over to the right there and just kind of have a longer put in, but I'm kind of maybe going to go towards the right edge of the bunker, so somewhere between the two. Slightly aggressive, but with an ear of caution so it doesn't go too far in that bunker on the other side. It's sitting up a lot, so this should really pop right up in the air. Really need to get this good speed through the ball. Ooh, just over. I'll take the flag out, see if it makes any difference whatsoever with the mindset. Doesn't look like there's a lot in it. Touch left to right. Downhill. Speed is key. Already feeling the heat here. Over 40 degrees again today. This summer golf in Dubai can be a killer. Right, Brooks on the putt. Too pacey. Well, we're keeping up the bogey train. Great line, just a bit too hard. Maybe the flag being in would have helped. Ah well. 3 over through 3. Okay, fourth hole. Mr. Rahm found the bunker. Fair is a tricky tee shot from all the way back where they play it. But means I'm faced with a second shot that is more similar to what I would usually play. Out of a hazard rather than a fairway. See if we can get an up and down. He made bogey in the final round. See if we can better that. Try and get a par. Get us back on track. Just stopped on the hill. Thought it might come back down from that, but not a bad spot. Gives us a chance for par, but more likely probably get a 2-putt bogey. Yeah, not a terrible shot there, but would have thought it had come back down off this slope. It's just stayed up. Whew, it is warm. See if we can get this close. Go on, go on. Ooh. Sticking 4 over through 4. A little bit short of bunker left in the rough here. Looks like he didn't have the best start to this round with his drives. Only 1 fairway hit out of the first 5. Hopefully that'll get better as we go on. We've got 128 flag. Uphill, but with the wind. Just going to play a nice wedge. Just try and get one up there. Flag's in a rather nice spot, but my ball striking hasn't been great so far today, so middle of the green, or on the green, is what we want. I think that could be okay, hopefully not too long in the bunker. Might find the back edge. Okay, we did find the back bunker, unfortunately. Not ideal. With that rock. Hopefully, let's get a little pitch out. Sand's quite firm. So I feel the shot I tried to play in the last was probably the wrong one, trying to dig in and splash. Almost needs to be picked off the surface. See if I can get something up there. Leave myself with a par putt. Sit. Feet or so. So yeah, it wasn't the greatest shot there from the bunker, but I'll take it staying on the green. I've not gone into the other bunker or rolled off the front, so we've got a look at par, albeit a very outside look. Okay, a little bit uphill. Wind should help it. See if we can get a good roll. Just want to toe a little. Absolutely fired it past and nowhere near on line. Other than that, a good putt. Well, so far, doesn't matter how good the driving is, the amateur is still awful. Double bogey, not what we want to see. Okay, we've got a look at birdie here. Rahm found pretty much the middle of the green. So, green in regulation, birdie opportunity. Still got a good way to go. Putting's not been great so far today, so let's see if we can change that here. With a good roll at the flag. Go on. Even when the two good putts I've hit, one lip out, one jumped the hole, but it's a par, much better. Come on, little fist bump. So 260 with wind. Front is probably about 230. So look, yeah, 233 front. So I'm going to try that same 5-wood as the second. It's sitting a lot nicer, it's not sat up in that rough like we had there, so hopefully we can get a better strike on it and get it pretty close. Fingers crossed. Positive mental attitude and all that. See if we can get it. Nice one up there. A little heavy. In fact, a lot heavy. Should be okay though. Stopped short of the green side bunkers. Okay, so as I said, just short of the green side bunkers. Loft is definitely going to be our friend here. Can't go too low. Feel if I try and go too low, I'll end up sort of going a bit too thin and through the back. So I'm going to try and get it up in the air about 3/4 of the way. Let's see if any of this torque can actually turn into a shot. A little bit short of where I want to go, but it should catch a little bit of a downslope there and release. So yeah, hopefully we're a little bit closer than some of the other putts. Make a birdie chance. Well, I didn't catch the little downslope that comes off the back of this bunker here. Thought it might to kick it on. So it stopped pretty much dead. It was a very long putt for our birdie. Hopefully we can get some sort of magic here. but ideally we just want to get it relatively close. Bit of a double breaker, starting right to left and then left to right. Just get a good roll, get it close. Turn in now, turn in, stop turning. Oh. Tap in par, let's go. So yeah, midway through, 7 holes played, 6 over par. Wouldn't say it's going particularly well, but still a lot of golf to play. Hopefully we can turn some of these around and hopefully get a few birdies on the card. But if we don't, at least we're enjoying ourselves. It is a very warm day, so obviously staying on top of the sun cream. But yeah, onto the 8th hole now, stroke index 3, followed by the hardest hole on the course, the 9th. So yeah, see if we can get through those two, onto the back 9 then. It's a cracking drive from him there. This is probably roughly where a big hit from the normal members tees would reach to, but he's going off the tips. So leaves us with about 150 in. Flag looks like it's in a middle-ish spot on the upslope. It is a little bit elevated from here and it is into wind, so I'm going to play it a little bit longer than it is. Yeah, got a 9 iron here. Try and play it like 160-ish, 165. And then we've got that slope to hopefully stop it. So let's just try and get a good swing away. Oh, it's caught that heavy again. Oh. Greenkeeper Stu is not going to like me chopping up his course. I don't like me either. Okay, so after that very heavy second shot, still got about 40-50 yards here. Back up into an upslope. I'm be a little bit aggressive with it, but this lie isn't the nicest. So let's see if we just get good contact, get it out, try and escape with a par. So quite a steep slope this, so we might need to give it a little bit extra. Sloping left to right. Or is it right to left? Heat's getting to me. Can't even read a severe slope from one side to the other now. It's definitely uphill though, I can tell you that. Did go a little left to right at the end there. Learned from that one, should come off a little bit on the right hand side now. Yeah. Back to the bogey train. Couldn't escape it for long. It came back in the station, we got straight back on board. Choo choo, here we go. Okay, 9th hole, stroke index 1. Ordinarily I would get shots here, but obviously we're not playing my normal handicap today because I'm not driving off the tee. We've got about 180, but it is a little bit uphill. Going to play a little bit longer. Wind's with us a little bit, so I'm not going to try and hit this too much. Just enough to get it towards the middle, hopefully settle. That should actually be a good shot for once. Finally. Okay, we've got about 9 feet or so left. We had one lip out for birdie before. Let's see if I can roll this one in. Needs a good pace at the hole. It'll move a little bit from right to left. Go on, birdie putt. Oh, that's a nice feeling. Stroke index 1 making birdie. Here we go. Okay, start the back nine now, hole 10. John found himself just, from what it looks like on the map, just into these chippings, which isn't a bad spot if you can get a decent enough lie, which there doesn't seem too many wood bits around at the moment. There's a little bit more just kind of like wasteland. So hopefully we won't get too interference with the club face. We've got 116 flag into wind. There is a bit of a ridge that is just before the pin that will carry it down there. So don't need to fly it the whole way. You could probably go about 100 yards, maybe 1 and 5, and it'll get there. But let's see what we can get. Well, it's come out a little right. I'm very sure that wind's held it up a lot. We're on the green, but it's a very long putt. Ooh, still nearly 30 yards. Oh, that's not a place I want it to be. Not sure if you can see it on camera, but you can see there's a ridge there. See if we can get anywhere close. Go on. Keep going, keep going, keep going. I'll take that all day long from there. Okay, start the back nine with a par. Okay, so we've got about 140-ish here. As you can see, it's a blind shot up and over this hill. The line is kind of over the left edge of this right-hand side tree. Wind favouring a little bit, but more so off the right. So we're kind of maybe going to go middle of that tree. Obviously the aim is to go over it, not in it. I have been pushing things a little, so it might be worthwhile actually aiming a bit more at it, but let's see. It's gone a little right. Should be on the green though. Definitely feel this one's going to be a bit slower than the others. You can feel the grass is definitely a bit longer as they try and repair some of this work. Give it a little bit more up the hill. Even that's fallen short. But back-to-back pars. Better start to this back nine as we did the front, so take the positives. So this 12th hole here, Rahm found himself in this bunker. He got up there and two-putted. I'm going to try and get it there, but I feel this isn't going to get out. Front foot it a little bit. Almost try and fade it a bit through that gap. Let's see. It's come out lovely, and it did fade, but it's faded too much. Another little delicate one here. Got to get it over this bunker without going too far, like going to the other bunker. Just going to open the face up a little bit, use the loft and the bounce, try and just get this to stop pretty quick. Should do. I think distance should be about right, but we've pushed it. I was right. Distance was pretty much bang on. Let's try and dribble this little left to right down the slope. Slippery one. Back on that bogey train. On this hole, John actually hit towards the middle of the green. But you can see the flags there today. So I'm going to come further towards the back because the flag was nearer towards the front, just to kind of make it more realistic in terms of the distance he would have had. A good roll. Oh, go on. Good pace. Tap in par. Take that, move on to the next. Not a great tee shot there from Mr. Rahm. From what I can tell from the radar on the DP World Tour site, he came behind this tree and hit out sideways. So it looks like I'll be doing the same, because if he can't go for it, I would say I can't go for it. So I'm just going to knock one back down to the fairway so we can hopefully have a good shot onto the green for our third shot and give us a chance for a birdie. We won't have any eagle opportunities here. Nah, it's not going to get fairway, but hopefully it's sitting okay. So after that little nudge back down here, as I said, it didn't make the fairway, but it sat quite nicely in this rough. Some of the lies we've been getting have been sat down. This one's sat up a bit. It's 201 to the front. I think it's 230 to the flag. It's quite a way back there, so front is not a bad area on this green, because it does slope from front to back. And left is the miss here, with water all the way down the right. I've gone flag hunting, just drawing a touch. Oh, that could be bang on it. Left the flag, hopefully pin high, maybe a bit past it. It's tough to tell from this distance. It was a good strike. So, birdie chance. It was pin high. This is another downhill left to right. Not the nicest to put. Should swing quite a bit. But we've got the chance for birdie, so we'll try and get it there. But hopefully do no worse than par. Don't want to be three-putting this. So let's forget about that. Let's have a positive stroke. Try and make the bird, or clean up with a par. Turn in, turn in, turn in. Gave it too much. Thought it would turn a lot more than that. But solid par. Back nine's looking a lot better than the front so far. But we've got some tricky holes to go. So a nice shot from John. Middle of the fairway, only 55 yards to the flag here. Just going to look to try and play a bit of a bump and run. I feel if I try and get too cute with it with a wedge, there's a good chance I could fat or fin it. So I'm going to try and bump and run it. Late iron. Kind of pitch it just before that. There's like an upslope right before the green. Just a little bump and run. Go, 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 go! Yeah, it's a little bit short of where I wanted it, but not too bad. We'll take it from there. I think it's certainly better than a bad chip would have been. Okay, come on. A little bit up the hill, right to left. Good, solid, confident stroke. I wasn't far away again. Burning these edges. Another solid part. Not bad at all. One over on the back nine. Made it to the 16th hole here. Caught a group up in front of me, so I decided, okay, slow myself down a bit. I'll hit my own drive, just to get an idea of roughly where I'd be compared to John. So John's drive is just left of this bunker here. We've got about 147 left of the flag. Mine is a little bit further down, probably 15-20 yards or so further down. But bearing in mind I'm playing off the members tees rather than the pro tournament tees. So yeah, considering he's pretty much hit the same distance as me, yet playing off a tee box which is much further back, yeah, need to get to the gym I think. Okay, so I mentioned there, got about 147. It's downhill and down breeze. It's quite a way downhill, so it's probably only playing about 130. Plan is to kind of go towards the middle of the green because the pin is in a bit of a dangerous spot with water both sides of it if you go short and long. So kind of going over the right edge of the bunker, and then if it trickles down the slope the other side of it, we should be in a good position. So let's see. Exactly where I wanted to aim it. Find the slope. It might have stayed just to the top of the slope. Can't see from here if it's feeding down or not. As you can see, it has perched itself at the top of this little slope. A foot to the right, it would have fed all the way down there. But such is life. We'll deal with the putt. We'll move on. We've got another outside chance of birdie. Going to swing from the left off the slope. The pace is more of a concern. Yeah, not bad, not bad. So a little bit further away than I would have liked for the par putt, but still what, 5 feet or something? No, not even that I don't think. What we got? 1 and a bit, maybe 4 feet. From up the top of that slope, I will take that all day long. Could have been better, but let's hold this and move on. Yeah. Another par, 17th hole, the iconic Island Green. When a DP World Tour's on, this left-hand side is all a big open public bar. I know I'm taking Jon's ball for my score on the video, but how can you not play it? Gotta play it. Come on. 180 off the tips. Playing a little bit longer with this wind. Probably about 190, 195. Straight at the flag. A little bit short of flag, but we're there and we're safe. It's not a bad shot there. I got it a little heavy, so I didn't quite get the distance I wanted, but it's managed to make its way quite comfortably up the front edge to sort of the middle of this tier. On the day, Jon's was roughly in the middle of the green, but the flag was kind of way up the top left, so I'm not going to move this because I feel it is roughly equidistant to where he would have been in relation to the flag, and also we've both got uphill putts with movement on them. Mine's left to right, his was right to left, but similar nonetheless. So let's see, we get a good confident stroke up the hill. Let it move with the slope and the green and try and drain this birdie. Oh, burnt the edge again. Yeah. Good solid par. Now on to the 18th. As you can see, we're not on the fairway. Jon found this mulch or chippings, whatever you want to call it, on this right-hand side, left-hand side. Provisional was fairway, but obviously this was found, wasn't actually that far off the grass, but with the crowds, it's difficult to see. So I'm just going to lay one up there. Don't want to be going for it with that stream trickling all the way down. So get one in position, try and get an up and down for birdie. around about there. Okay, so just over on this right hand side in the first cut, 80-ish yards left, bit into wind, bit uphill. Just kind of go with full lob wedge. Should get there, if not a little bit short, leave me with an uphill putt. Hopefully make a birdie. Go on. Yep, just a little bit on the short side. There we are, onto the 18th green. Didn't leave it too far short actually. It's better than I thought it was. So yeah, let's see if we can knock this one in for a birdie on the last. Always repair your pitch marks, folks. Repair pitch marks, rake bunkers. Let the golfing gods know you are doing your bit. They might give you a little bit back. Breeze is a bit strong, might affect the ball. Let's see. Come on, center of the cup. Nice solid stroke. There's the birdie to finish. Level par, back 9. So there we have it. Ultimately, does having a professional golfer teeing off for you help? Of course it does. Front 9, obviously John was a little bit what seemed cold off the tee to start with, and I certainly didn't help with a few chunky shots and you know, misread putts. So yeah, 6 over front 9, but then level par back 9. I've never shot level par on 9 holes in my life. The closest I've come is like 2 or 3 over. So certainly being in a better position off the tee has helped me there. Maybe a warm-up front 9 would have helped me rather than going straight in, but of course it's going to help, especially if I play off the tips like they do. There's no way that I'm having, you know, 9 irons or pitching wedges into the green. I've got 7, maybe 6 irons, which is where my dispersion is going to get a lot more erratic. So yeah, obviously the answer is a pro's drive is going to help you get round. But yeah, you know, I think it goes without saying, the amateur still has to play well. Front 9 I wasn't playing well, so I was still shooting over par. Back 9 I've played well and finished level. So that's a pretty obvious conclusion to make from today. I think we knew it going into the video what the outcome would be, in terms of, yes, a pro drive will help, and yes, the amateur still has to play well to their abilities. But it was good fun to do it. It was an interesting one, playing from certain areas of the golf course that maybe I wouldn't normally be having shorter irons in from. I'd maybe have to lay up on some par 5s where I could maybe try and go for it. But yeah, I enjoyed today, and I hopefully get out to make a bit more content very soon. If you want to, like and subscribe, it'll be great for me to see some people following along with the journey that I'm doing. And you know, I'm not doing this for anything other than the enjoyment of getting out there playing golf, and hopefully that comes across in the videos. So until next time guys, see you later.